Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. In the last episode, we actually finally made our journey to Castaway Cove, and we also learned the ability of alchemy. Literally, because we literally fought off with a genie named Alchemy, and we also gained the ability of alchemy as is, which is pretty cool. But other than that, we also met one of my third favorite playable characters in Ni no Kuni. His name is Swain, and he's also one of the best characters in the series, due to the fact that he just goes through a whole redemption arc, and also, you just kind of love him over the course of the game. Even though he's supposed to be this, conniving, thieving guy, he actually has a pretty cool adventure to him, which I really do appreciate. We also met the Captain Sinbad for the legendary sea cow, and we also found out that we were not able to secure ourselves a boat yet, because for two reasons. We need to get ourselves a letter of passage. But, in order to do that, we have to go and meet Queen Lola, or the Califa, whatever you want to call her. But, we need to actually go and meet her first, and we've never met her yet. But, with that, let's actually continue our journey, and head into Al Mamoon, because once again, we had to go back to Al Mamoon for the final part of Castaway Cove's story, for the time being. So, where do we need to go exactly?
Weren't you listening, cloth eaters? To where the Califa is, ain't it? The place, man. The palace.
It's beyond this main square, Oliver. I'll show you the way. Okay, definitely show us where that is. And look who it is talking about Swain. The little conniving thief hiding in the background, where we can't see him just yet, that he's even following us. What's wrong, Esther? Nothing. I just had a funny feeling we were being followed for a second. I'm sure it's nothing. Sorry, let's get going, shall we? Sure. I don't remember who this could be.
By the beards of the mighty, the regal lines, the majestic curve of the nostril, your nose...
Oh wait, I know who this is. That's not even close to his voice. I'll do a different one, actually.
By the beards of the mighty, the regal lines, the majestic curve of the nostril, your nose... It's, in every respect, the same as hers.
I'm sorry?
Please, you must let me study it.
What? Who are you?
Forgive me, I am but a humble artist. I am currently painting the portrait of one to whom, you bear a most striking resemblance to.
I look like a person in your portrait.
Indeed, and alas, I am unable to meet her in the flesh. Will you not allow me to study you a little more?
Well, if you must, go ahead.
Yes. And so it must be more like this. Okay. The line of the jaw is key. Of course. Thank you. I am in your debt. I know what I must do to finish my masterpiece. If you have my eternal gratitude.
That's alright. You're very welcome.
I must return to my studio right away. Farewell.
Well, see you later, Khan. We'll be seeing you again very shortly. Wow, I wonder who this person is, who looks just like me. Whoever it is, the artist certainly seems to think she's rather beautiful.
Crikey, these arty types are a bit of intense, ain't it? Not to mention a bit flipping weird.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Just like you know, he was a bit of a funny one, did you not think so? Just me, was it? Righto, I'll shut my mouth. Big mouth, shall I? So, time to get moving, is it?
Sure, let's go. Okay, over to the palace indeed. But, the thing is, as you'll see very shortly, it's not going to be the easiest thing to get inside a royal palace. Just like last time, we actually didn't have the easiest time getting inside Ding Dong Dell's castle, did we? We had to do a whole side quest in order to even get into there, and that was to try and find the red herring, and then we found out we couldn't even get the wand because of the fact that King Tom didn't want to help us whatsoever, and that did not help us in one bit. But let's continue.
Tidy, here's the palace. Let's get ourselves inside, shall we?
Yeah, let's definitely do that. And, just like so, we're not allowed in.
Oh, you may not pass. You think you just walk into the palace of our most revered Califa unannounced?
What seems to be the problem here?
Master Bull,
Hello, Bull. Long time no see. It's been a long time, but good to see you again. These miscreants... Oh wait, the palace guards.
These miscreants were attempting to enter the palace without permission.
Is that so? Wait, are you the Babana merchant's daughter, are you not? I am a Bull, vizier of the esteemed Khalifa. Your father's efforts to supply her magnificence with Babanas are, as ever, mostly highly appreciated. I had heard that you were unwell. It seems that you all have recovered.
Yeah, I'm much better now, thank you.
That is excellent news. Tell me, child, what business have you at the palace?
Well, sir, you see, we need a ship, and we can't get one without a letter of passage from the Khalifa.
You and your friends wish to journey to the lands across the sea. I sympathize, and I would dearly love to arrange an audience for you. However...
is something wrong?
I am afraid the Khalifa is indisposed. Much as it would please her, she is currently unable to hear the request of any of her subjects.
Oh, that's too bad.
Apologies, but she has requested that she not be disturbed under any circumstances during her afternoon snack.
Then I guess we'll just have to wait until after that.
Would that you could, but her afternoon snack is immediately followed by her second lunch.
And after that?
Then comes her late afternoon snack.
Is there any time when she's not eating?
Alas, Her Majesty's miraculous hunger dictates that she dine even during her sleeping hours. This is why I'm forced to spend my every waking hour procuring her most beloved food. But I must be going.
Her most beloved food? I wonder what that could be.
Forgive me. I must make the necessary arrangements before the merchant's supplies are exhausted. I am most terribly sorry that I am not able to grant you an audience. Curses. I must hurry. If I cannot prepare Her Majesty's next meal in good time, she will be most displeased.
Master of Bull has spoken. Leave this palace.
It looks like we don't have much choice, Oliver. Come on, we'll come back later.
Okay, we can definitely do that. And it looks like we're not going to be getting inside there too easily, in fact, as I was right. Well, you already know. You already know the fact is... I lost the footage the audio for this episode specifically, so this is a redo, just like the last one. I did tell you guys in advance, just so you guys are knowing why I remember things much more than I would normally, because of the fact that I did say, if something pops up in my memory, I will mention it, but since this is so close in memory, since I literally just recorded these, 2 days ago, that's the reason why these are going to be popping in my head like that, and I'll remember it. So I will mention that I do remember pretty much everything here. I might forget something maybe, but that's very highly doubted, to be honest. But let's continue.
So the Khalifa has a very special favorite food, is it?
Hey, I bet if we found out what it was, and took her some of it as a present, we'd be allowed to see her.
That's a neat idea, Esther. But we don't know what her favorite food is.
Oi, Ollie boy. You know how we can find out, don't you?
Come
on, Slow Coach. We got to your world and find her soulmate, ain't it?
Of course, if we find her soulmate, we can find out what their favorite food is, and give some to the Khalifa. But how do we find out who the Khalifa's soulmate is? I've never seen her before.
So we need to find out what the Khalifa looks like, but we can't go and meet her.
But if we can't meet her, how are we supposed to find out what she looks like? I saw her once in a parade when I was little, but it was so long ago. I can't remember anything about her.
So what do we do, jeepers?
We don't know what the Khalifa's favorite food is, and we don't know what she looks like. I have to confess, I'm completely out of ideas too.
Bah! All this thinking's making my head hurt, man. Tell you what, let's go down to the cat's cradle and sleep on it, shall we?
Well, I guess I am kinda tired.
The cat's cradle is near the entrance to town.
Okay, let's go rest a while. Okay, and over to the cat's cradle we go. But thankfully, as you can see with the little star, it is telling us to go in this direction, and the funny thing is the thing that we need to know who the Khalifa is actually directly inside the cat's cradle, thankfully. And I think there is actually a cutscene as soon as you walk in, so I will be ready to leave you guys off very shortly. So, in the next few seconds, I'll be leaving you guys for a small cutscene, and we'll be right back right after it's done and over with. So let's see here. Am I right on exactly being it? Nope. We have to talk to the proprietor first, it seems.
Welcome
yep, there it is. Okay, so BRB, boys and girls.
The cream of Cat's Cradle establishment. Oh my! I must apologize. Please, you must excuse me. Is it finished? Is it really
The paint
finished?
is scarcely dry, but it is completed at last.
Oh, how I long to see it. Now, please, hang it over here.
Isn't that the artist who... Yes, it is. I wonder how his picture turned out.
At last, the grand unveiling. Oh, my beloved Khalifa.
So the person he thought I looked like was the Khalifa.
That's fancy. It's not every day you get compared to royalty.
Now feast your eyes upon the divine beauty of her most admired majesty.
Huh? But that's...
Oh. I always think that's funny. Oh, she looks nothing like her. But we do actually know who that is for soulmate-wise. That's actually Miss Layla. And funny enough, it's kind of funny that King Tom and Timmy Toldrum were connected. And then the next royalty member of royalty of this world entirely happened to be Miss Layla, which is the owner of Timmy Toldrum, which is kind of funny. So, with that, let's actually continue.
Oh, it's divine, truly divine. Her matchless beauty takes one's breath away.
You were pleased with it?
I'm pleased. Why, it's worth thrice what I promised to pay for you for it.
By the beards of the mighty, truly?
But we shook upon it, did we not? Perhaps next time.
I see.
Oh, no.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
I don't look anything like her.
Hmm?
You said I look like her.
You misunderstand, young lady. It's not a picture of you, merely.
Mr. Drippy?
What is it, man? This is just getting interesting.
We need to go back to Motorville right now. I just realized who we need to see.
You did, eh?
I sure did. Miss Layla is the Khalifa's soulmate. I just know she is.
Of course she is. There's clever of you, Ollie boy.
Thanks, Mr. Drippy. When I saw that picture, I knew right away.
Righto, let's get moving then, shall we? I don't feel tired all of a sudden.
Me either. Hey, Esther, come on, we have to go. Huh?
She's mad.
I look absolutely nothing like her. Do I look that fat to you? I'm not fat.
You're still kinda angry, huh?
What do you mean? I'm not angry in the slightest.
Yeah, and I'm 6 foot flipping 6. Looks like we'd best leave her to it.
I guess we should, huh? Yeah, we definitely should. It's still funny that I look nothing like her. Okay, well, we need to take ourselves a gateway and head back to Motorville now. And with that, we can finally go and see Miss Layla. Actually, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? And now we can finally see her again. So, let's go find out what she's doing now, because we're going to need to see what's going on with Miss Layla to maybe get a hint at what we need to do in the next little area. So, let's actually check out Layla's milk bar. Huh, the door is closed. Yeah, it is, and that is weird.
Looks like the shop ain't open yet.
I'm sure if we wait right here, she'll be along soon. It's time to open up already.
Someone's coming.
Hey, look who it is.
Hello, Oliver.
Myrtle, hi. How are you? Are you feeling better now?
I am. It's all thanks to you, Oliver. What are you doing here? Do you need something, from the store? Wait a moment. I'll just open it for you. Who's this girl? I feel like...
Like you know her somehow.
Yeah, and she looks just like me. It's just like she's my long-lost twin or something. She looks much more like me than that stupid old Khalifa. Can she not see me or anything?
There's perspective of you. She can't see you nor me either.
Really? So I'm invisible? What a strange feeling.
Of course you're invisible. You're from another world, ain't it?
Huh. Did you see something, Oliver?
No, I didn't. Anyway, how come you're here at Miss Layla's store, Myrtle?
I work here now. Miss Layla and my mom are friends, and she heard that I was better. She said I should come work with her.
Gee, that's real nice of her. Say, Myrtle, is Miss Layla around?
She sure is. She's busy training right now, but I'm sure she'll be back soon.
What? Miss Layla training?
That's right. She started running.
Is she on a diet?
No, silly. She's exercising so she can eat even more.
In what way? Because there's two ways for that could be interpreted. Either for carbo loading, which is for weightlifting, which is what I like to do. I haven't been able to weightlift since the last time I talked to you guys about that. And the thing is I messed up my leg. And it hurts to even walk sometimes. I have to limp. And it's been like that for almost a week now. And I think it's something to do with muscle strain, but I will inform you guys that it has happened. And I hope my leg feels better soon, because I honestly don't know what it could be. And I hope it's just muscle strain, because I read something that it could take up to 3 weeks for your legs to get better after you pull a muscle too much or something like that. So I'm going to hope that's what it is. But yeah, carbo loading is something you do when you're doing weightlifting. You eat a lot of food after you weightlift, and it actually helps your muscles grow a little bit more and more. It's like fuel for your body, so you can do even more weightlifting, basically. But there's also another case where she just wants to eat more and doesn't care about getting in shape. So honestly, I do know what it is. It's the second one, which is kind of unfortunate. But if it was the other one, it would actually be better for her, because she is I'm gonna be honest, she is a little bit big, and I feel bad because I used to be like that, and I know how bad that can be on your body, because you always feel tired, and you feel like you can't do anything, and it's really unfortunate when you get to that point, because, I have a couple, couple of my friends, and, friends' moms, and then myself, when I was younger, I was really big, I'll be honest. I was huge. I think I was like 250 pounds, and I was like 5'2", 3", something like that before I hit my growth spurt and everything. But yeah, I was pretty bad. So I know how bad you can get into a kind of like you just get into a perpetual cycle, basically, when it comes to weight getting heavier and heavier, and I kind of feel bad whenever I see someone that gets into that kind of thing, because I know how hard it is to get out of it if you're actually trying. But let's continue, though. How do you mean? And there she is.
Huh, Myrtle, I'm back. Why, if it isn't you, young Oliver? Hello, dearie.
Good morning, Miss Layla.
Myrtle, I can't wait any longer, would you? Yes, Miss Layla, I'll go get it for you right now. Oh, it's no good. I just can't wait that long. I have some in the store, dearie. You stay out here and clean or something.
Okay, and we'll be actually going in right behind her a little bit later, but we got a little bit more time with Myrtle here.
My, I never saw anybody so crazy about their favorite food.
What was that? Did she say favorite food? Oi, Ollie boy, I bet it's the same as the Khalifa's.
You're right. Let's go find out what it is. See you soon, Myrtle. And with that, we actually have a cutscene, so I'll be right back.
Miss Layla, what is she eating? It's cheese. A whole lot of cheese.
That's right, dearie, and it's not for sale. None of it. It's all for little old me.
Quick, Ollie boy! She'll scoff the whole lot if you're not careful. Hurry up and grab some! Sharpish!
Okay. Please, Miss Layla, could you give me a piece of your cheese?
You know I'd do anything for you, dearie, but not
Please,
that.
just one piece.
No.
Just one
No,
tiny
I said no.
little
Heave,
piece.
man!
Mine.
Heave with all your
Have
might!
it. I'll never let you
Oliver.
have it. It's
Go on.
mine. Mine, I tell you. Oh, mine!
And with that, we just found what the power of addiction can be. And that is far from just being her favorite food. That is more like a major addiction. And that's why I brought up the whole weight, getting heavier and heavier thing and it being like a perpetual cycle, because you get into things that you think are helping you and are your favorite things to do, and then you once you actually start trying to fix yourself on those kind of things, you kind of figure out how addicted you get to certain things. Like me and coffee, I can say I'm probably addicted to it, but it's better than being addicted to, let's say, drinking Coca-Colas or something of the sort. So, I'm just being honest, I just wanted to bring up a little bit of that, since addiction is a very heavy thing that you can get into, and hopefully it's just something small, like sodas or something, but some people get into heavy addictions, and that's where things get really bad, like drug use, really bad drugs, not stuff that is becoming legal now for some people. I'm meaning really bad stuff for you that can actually kill you if you take it. So I will say addiction is a very bad thing, depending on what it is. But let's continue.
It's kind of a shock, huh?
It sure is. I had no idea. I had no idea she was so obsessed.
It's better not to go near her when she's eating cheese.
I know that now.
Myrtle. It sounds like she needs my help. I'd better go inside. Goodbye now.
Well, see you later, Myrtle. Jeepers. So, what do we do now? Miss Layla's store is the only place in town that sells cheese, 'cause she's a milk place, and that's very unfortunate. Oh, hi, P. And I didn't even get to read what she was saying. She probably just said, hi, Oliver, or something like that. We kind of need some cheese.
Cheese.
That's right, it's the Khalifa's favorite food.
Who's he talking to?
Must be his imaginary friend again. Here we flipping go.
Huh? We can make it. Make our own cheese.
Yeah, with your magic. Lots and lots of cheese.
But I can't. I don't know how.
Yeah, you do. Just try.
Just try? You think it's really that easy?
Yeah.
But do I even have a spell I can use to do that? Hey, wait. She's gone again. Yeah, she is. Sadly, she only shows up whenever we really need her. Does that say wife insurance? I've never read that. It really is. What? That's weird. That's a weird way to say it, but I guess it makes sense since it is a jewelry store. And I guess if you want to, make your, cause this is for, well, obviously, for a jewelry store, you buy a diamond ring for your girlfriend that you want to marry. And I guess that's so stupid, though. That's a random thing to just notice out of nowhere. Ring yourself in, indeed, I guess. Let's continue, though, since I'm getting off topic, but that still caught me off guard.
Have fun talking to your imaginary friend, jolly boy. Better than talking to your real friends, was it?
Uh-huh. Imaginary friend? You mean P?
P, who's that?
What do you mean? She was right here.
I didn't see anyone. Maybe she can, maybe only you can see her, Oliver.
Really? But how come?
Well, maybe it's just like how Myrtle can't see me, but I can see her.
You might be right, you know. I've never seen this P either.
Anyway, what did P say to you, Oliver?
Oh yeah, she told me to use magic to make some cheese.
What's that? Make it with magic, you say? Well, she may be too shy to let us see her, but she ain't afraid to stick her neck out for advice-wise.
You mean it won't work?
Nah, money to work. The whole point of magic is to make the impossible possible, ain't it?
But I guess it's difficult without the right ingredients, huh?
But we do have them.
We do?
Of course we do. Back in Alma Moon, the fountains of milk.
So we just use magic to turn the milk from the fountains into cheese.
Now that we can do, tidy. Right-o, Wally boy, let's get back to our world, shall we?
Yeah, let's go straight to the fountains of milk and try it out. They're in the main square back in Alma Moon.
Okay, and with that, we just head back to Alma Moon. with a slight and easy gateway. And just like that, we're back in the other world. Pretty simple stuff. Although we're all the way back at the beginning of the town, and that could be a bit of a problem since the Fountains of Milk is all the way back next to the palace. And the thing about that, I actually do want to bring this up, is because I like how when you meet Horace, he's actually sitting in front of the place that you actually, one of the few places that are the Fountains of Milk, and actually tells you how important the milk of Almamoon is. And as you can see, it ended up being something important we needed to use for the future of our adventure, which was kind of funny. But let's actually use this milk to actually make us some cheese. So these are the Fountains of Milk. Gee, is that real milk for real?
Of course, the freshest, creamiest milk there is. And there's so much of it. You can just keep trying until you get it right.
Keep trying? You think I can't do it, huh?
I didn't mean anything by it. Come on, you've got to conjure up some cheese focus. Now, do you know how cheese is made?
Sure. You heat some milk, then you add a lemon and salt, and skim off the solid part of the top, and it turns into cheese. I actually didn't know that, because I've never actually tried making cheese, to be honest, and now I do. I might have to try that just to see if it works.
Blimey, a regular cheesemonger you are. This should be cheesy peasy then. All you need to do is right spell, ain't it?
Sure. Let me take a look. We actually do know what spell this is, because there is one spell for food, and it's one that Rashad gave us. Secret ingredients conjures up cuisine with a truly magical taste. And just with one little spell, we can actually make us some cheese.
Look at that, it's flipping working.
Is it? It really is. You're so good at magic, Oliver. I bet you could even make sweets if you put your mind to it. And cakes, I could just eat a...
Hey, stop that. I'm trying to concentrate. And just like that, we start conjuring up some nice magic and turning the nice fountains of milk into a big ol' pile of cheese. Technically not a pile, but a gigantic wedge of cheese, in fact. And some cakes and some candies as well. And that's because of Esther talking about candy and cakes while we were trying to do that, which was kind of funny that it actually happened. You've obtained a giant cheese wedge.
Look at the flipping size of that one. And you went and made some sweets and all.
That was Esther's fault.
I bet you wanted some too, though, didn't you?
You shouldn't distract somebody when they're trying to cast a spell.
Don't be like that. Now we can go and see the Khalifa. Our present's a little on the large side, but I don't suppose it will matter.
The bigger the better, I reckon. Let's please her with the cheese.
Let's definitely try that. And with that, we have ourselves a big old cheese wedge, and let's actually see if a bull will now let us inside.
Good day to you all. How may I be of service?
We brought some cheese to the Khalifa. Mr. Bull, sir.
Cheese. Pray to be the ancients. I have thought that there were none remaining in all the land.
The Khalifa just can't get enough of it, huh?
How did you hear of this? It is a secret known only to those within the palace. No matter. You are correct. Her Majesty is indeed a great admirer of cheese, in its many forms. She will undoubtedly grant an audience to any who come bearing such a gift. Please, you must follow me quickly.
And with that, we actually have a cutscene, so BRB, boys and girls.
Jeepers, that's the Khalifa? She probably ended up this way because of...
Shada, the stinking rotbag.
Oh. What is that divine aroma?
Here, your majesty. Bountiful Khalifa, these humble servants come bearing most delicious tribute.
Heavens, what a dear sweet child. Bring it to us now, there's a good boy.
Please.
Huh? You want me to take it to her?
Quickly now, young man, bring it to us. Hurry! Delicious cheesy wheeze. Do you have more for us?
More?
More! Bring us more!
Magnanimous Khalifa, if you continue to eat so prodigiously, I fear you may burst.
A bull! We are hungry!
Your request does not go unheard, Majesty, but I fear for your bovinity's well-being.
That there is one utterly broken heart.
What? But...
She might not look broken-hearted, but depending on which bit of heart is missing, all manner of weird things can happen. See, what Her Majesty's lacking right now is a drop of restraint.
Restraint?
That's right. And without it, she can't control the urge to stuff her right royal face. We won't be getting any favors out of her until we've sorted this out. You mark my words.
Okay, so we need to find some restraint somewhere, huh?
There's quick of you, Ollie boy. You have been paying attention after all.
Let's go then, shall we?
Please, you must do all you can to help Her Majesty.
Okay, and we are officially back. So, as we now know, we actually need to find ourselves some restraints in order to help the Khalifa. Technically, we do know somebody, because I am going to mention it now, but it's not this specific person we can use for this quest, because it's actually a completely different one you need for this one. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because in the last one, if you look specifically at how they word certain things, the governor back in Castaway Cove has so much restraint because of how long it took him to actually get the people of Castaway Cove to actually follow in his really weird plan of making everyone wear swimming suits as the main attire of Castaway Cove, and you can't wear anything else. And that took him a lot of restraint to do that, because it took him so much time to get people to follow on board with it. Although he is someone we will get some restraint from later, which is going to be this episode, because I do want to mention it since it's on my mind. It's actually not him for this specific one, and you'll be seeing who it is very shortly. Huh, restraint, huh? Can you think of anyone with a lot of restraint, Esther?
Let me see. There must be someone.
We can use that knuckle of yours to try and look for someone, but this is a big old town, man. Let's try the shopkeepers first, shall we?
That's a neat idea, Mr. Drippy. The people who own the shops know everybody in town, and they hear all the news too.
They do, don't they? Great. Let's go ask around all the shops then.
And with that, we'll be making our way over to the shopkeepers. Yeah, oh, is that so? Well, well, well. So they got into the palace, did they? And what did they talk about? Did they now? Okay, keep me posted on what's going on inside.
And my payment?
Don't worry. You'll get your reward, but the next time we meet, I'll have scolded you something decent.
Do you mean that you'll steal something?
No. Don't be stupid. It's just a figure of speech. Now concentrate on the job at hand, will you? I'm counting on you to be my eyes and ears. Don't let me down. And look who it is. Swine Stephen in the background, watching us with a very, very watchful eye. And he's trying to keep as close to us as possible. If we were to turn around, technically we would probably see him, but the game's not going to have that coded where he's actually following us. But it would be kind of funny if you did turn around, you could see him like turning the corner randomly. That would be kind of cool if you could, but the game doesn't have that. But he's technically doing that right now, I'm pretty sure. But let's go talk to the Quartermaster and see if he knows anybody with a lot of restraint. And let's see.
Car, you look troubled. Well, if the equipment is tough enough to survive the harsh desert environment, you've come to the right place.
Actually, we came to ask you something. We need to find somebody with a lot of restraint, but nobody seems to know a person like that.
You must be looking in all the wrong places. Unless I'm raving mad, I know just a person. Oh, you do you?
Who is it? Please, you have to tell us.
A bull, of course. If I had the patience, I'd be crowing it all over town.
A bull?
That's right. A little bird told me quite a story about him. It was a few years ago now. One day the Khalifa decided out of the blue and that she wouldn't be content until she had tasted all the cheeses in the world. Cheeses? I guess she really is just like Miss Layla, huh? Without a moment's hesitation, a bull set off to look after them all. Though through forests and oceans across oceans he went, battered by blizzards and often surviving on a little more than a wing and a prayer. But finally he came home to roost, and when he did, it was with a cart piled high with every cheese under the sun. Call blimey, it must have stunk. Now that's what I call a restraint, and by goodness does he need it, with all her majesties crowing out at him all the time. Crikey, that is impressive. He did on that, risked his life and everything, just so her moosiveness could have a snack. Tidy, I think we've found our man, Ollie boy. Nito, we should go find him right away. And with that, we will be doing that. And thankfully, we can actually use our hop to actually get out of the shops now, because the hop is actually a lot faster than actually trying to walk in shops, to be honest. I always use it if I ever get stuck in a place that doesn't have very high movement. Because they will make you walk like you have rocks in your shoes if you go inside any place like that, like the Cat's Cradle, or even the shopkeepers, or even the the Hootenanny, for instance. All those places will lock you down for movement, and it's always smart to make sure that you actually use your jump whenever you can. Thankfully, places like this, you actually still get your running since they're huge, and they make sure that you're not completely locked down, because they will lock you down if you don't have the jump ability, and it'll take you a couple seconds just to get out of some places. But let's actually talk to a bull now. Mr. Bull, sir, we found out about somebody with a whole lot of restraints. You did? This is excellent news. You must tell me who it is.
It's you.
Me? But impossible.
Not in the slightest, Peter Patience. Look at Ollie Boy's locket. It's glowing up a treat.
Would you let us borrow some of your restraint, Mr. Bull?
Well, of course you may. For Her Majesty, anything. What must I do?
There's nothing to it. Just lie back and think of Al Mamoon. Well, get on with it, Ollie boy.
Sure. Here goes. And with that, let's take ourselves our first piece of restraint. And it is definitely something nice to have, since we'll definitely need this for later. The power to resist the demon of temptation. Restraint is our new piece of heart that we have unlocked.
Tidy, all done.
Already? This is truly enough to restore Her Majesty to her former glory.
You bet it is. Okay, and now to just talk to the Khalifa now.
Cheesy weezy, mountains of delicious cheesy weezy, and olive hut for us. Nom nom.
She's got cheese on the flipping brain, her. Even dreams about the stuff. Quick, Ollie boy. Magic her better with you.
Yes, sir. And with that, let's give her a little piece of heart that she is missing. And that is a gigantic, and I mean a gigantic amount of restraint that she's missing. Because as you can see, she's pretty, messed up now. But with that, I'll be right back since there is a cutscene coming up.
Upsy daisy! Oh, goodness. Goodness, we feel quite marvelous. Whatever can have happened to us?
These humble servants made your Majesty's ailing heart whole again. I pray that our beloved Khalifa's most generous appetite has now abated.
Well, now, we still wish to enjoy the finer things in life, of course. But we have come to feel that a measure of gastronomic restraint may serve to set a good example for our dearest subjects.
Your words are music to the ears of your people. Al Mamoon can return to its former magnificence.
Indeed it can, and we are simply itching to return to our ladies.
Munificent Khalifa, should these humble servants not be rewarded for their services to Al Mamoon?
Indeed they should. Boy, is there something you desire?
Yes, Your Majesty. If it's not too much trouble.
Well, what is it?
We'd like to borrow your ship.
Ship? Ooh, a little floaty-woaty. Yes, of course. But of course you may borrow it. It is of little use to us. We will write a letter to the captain, ordering him to help you in any way he can.
You will? Gee! Thank you, Your Majesty.
Tidy, the boat is in the bag.
But why in the world would a dear little thing like you have need of our floaty-woaty? Here.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Well, we asked you a question, did we not?
Well,
Go on, man.
okay. We need to find one of the great sages.
The great sages? Yes, we are aware of them. Abul, we know of them, do we not?
Indeed, most learned Khalifa, but little has been heard of such men since the magical arts fell from favor. Why do you seek the great sages, travelers?
We need their help. We need their power to defeat Shadar.
What?
Is something wrong?
We are not unamused. But we can see that you speak in earnest. Very well. We will tell you what we know.
You will? I can't wait to hear it.
There were once 4 great sages. We understand that one of them was defeated by Shadar.
Mom.
But we know of one who did not perish.
You do?
Well,
He lives in the land of Hamlin, a detestable and warlike realm. But he is a handsome young thing. We even keep a picture of him. Abul?
crikey, sounds like she's got a bit of a crush on the poor lad.
So this is one of the great sages, huh?
That's a clue and a half, that is, Ollie boy. There's lucky.
Now, before you take your leave, we shall teach you some magic to aid you on your journey.
Really? You're a wizard too, Your Majesty.
Well, not a fully fledged wizard, perhaps, but we royals all know a few select spells. King Tom undoubtedly has a trick or two up his own kingly sleeves.
He sure does. He taught me some real neat magic.
How quaint. We hope that you will find our own still neater. Here.
Yeah, man. That's a cracker, that is. A real classic, like.
It's your lucky day, Oliver. Yeah.
May it serve you well. Do be careful out there now, won't you?
Yes, Your Majesty. Thank you, Your Majesty.
And with that, we're officially done with that little tangent there, because I wanted to leave you guys with that, since I wanted you guys to actually hear the whole cutscene, because I feel bad sometimes when we have certain cutscenes that are technically not cutscenes, but still have the characters actually talking, and I kind of feel bad talking over some of those, so I wanted to leave you guys with that, since honestly it's a pretty important cutscene there, so I made sure that you guys could get to sit back with that. So we got a couple of new spells, and we also saw what the Great Sage looks like that we'll be meeting very shortly once we actually get to Autumnia. But that's not for a little bit technically, because we actually got a couple chapters until we actually set foot on Autumnia, if I remember correctly. But that's actually the fourth playable character of the game. His name's Marcuson. But the thing is even though we do meet him when we do get to Autumnia, I don't remember him being playable right away, so it's actually going to be quite a bit until we actually get the ability to use Marcuson. We'll have Swain for quite a while until Marcuson's actually playable. But with that, we actually have to go all the way back to Castaway Cove. There's no dialogues in between here and Castaway Cove, so I'll be right back, and we'll be in Castaway Cove very shortly. So BRB, boys and girls. I am so glad we have those saves from when I lost these footages and stuff like that, so I was able to load up a save in order to get there, since I still had these from before, thankfully, because if we did have this, we wouldn't even have had to redo this. But thankfully, since we did have these saves, it actually made it much easier to actually walk from the Malma Moon, because we could just teleport back to where we were, because I always save before major events, or whenever I think there's a major event coming up, I always like to save just in case. So thankfully, I have made a very good habit of doing that throughout games we play ever since. And yeah, there's no cutscene. Okay, I wasn't sure though. But here we go. Back in Castaway Cove we are.
Righty-ho, first things first. Let's go and let the captain know we're back, shall we?
If he lets us straight onto the boat, we won't have to change into our bathing suits, huh?
Really, that's a shame. I was really starting to rather like mine.
I can't wait to go over there and hand over the letter passage and show the captain smug paints who's boss.
Let's do it. We have the clue to help us find the next great sage. We're all set.
It's funny though, isn't it? That someone so young could be a sage. I mean, he's so much younger than my father.
And a darn sight more handsome and all, huh?
We need to get to the Hamlin right away. Come on, let's go see the captain. And look who it is. Swainy boy. And just like that, he's finally got his chance to actually get what he wanted from us. I'll have that, thank you very much. And guess what he took from us? Of all things.
Him again?
No, the picture, it's gone.
What?
And the letter passage, too. He stole them both.
Crikey, he's a plane in the neck, that one. Come on, then. We'd best get after him, ain't it?
Yeah, we definitely need to. And just like that, he took exactly what we needed to actually get out of here. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about him actually keeping it forever, since this is directly right before you actually get him as a playable character, since this next few set of events is actually going to actually let him be one of our playable characters. And it's going to be a grand old time when we finally get him.
Look, it's him.
Yes, it is, and look at him. I told you, get this boat moving.
The letter on the passage does not belong to you. I know you thief. You stole it from whom?
Who cares? Just shut up and let me on board with you. I've got the letter. That means I can get to ride on the ship. I know my rights. Now are you going to take me to Autumnia or not? Well?
Belay there, friend. There is no need to be so agitated. What is so urgent that it may not wait for a favourable wind?
I need to find him. I need to tell him.
Him? Who is this him?
Listen, I just have to go back there and see someone, okay? He's doing it all wrong. So I have to go now, and show him how to do it right. Come on, take me there.
You are known in this town. Why would I let one such as you aboard my precious ship?
Listen, I have to get there all right. If anything happens to him, because you won't take me, I won't forget it in a hurry.
Save your empty threats, and tell me instead of whom you speak, why would you have me take you to him?
None of your business. Now shut up and get me on this boat moving. Stop, give us back our things. Damn it, not you again.
You have returned, lad. Well met. Wait, that letter of passage, is it yours?
Yes, Captain, he stole it from us.
Just as I thought. The Khalifa would never grant such a privilege to a common criminal. Be gone.
So does that mean that you're not going to take me? But can't you see? And just like that, we now know that he is actually close-hearted, just like Rusty was, or the previous sage that we helped out. And, wait, no, technically Rusty was close-hearted in a way, because he had a nightmare, and usually close-hearted people are the people with the nightmares, but Esther was the one that was close-hearted. But, as you can see, Swain is actually close-hearted as well, and we actually need to find a way to actually help him out. Can't you see? It's all for him. I have to get to the Empire. Ugh.
What is this? Careful, Ollie boy. Something's not right here.
That black mist. It's another nightmare.
A nightmare? Oliver, what does that mean?
Be careful, Esther. It's going to attack. And we already know how a nightmare is attacked, and it's been a while since we fought our first one, and we're finally getting into our second one of the game. So, let's get ready for this.
What? Oh no!
And here comes Swain's nightmare, so I'll be right back.
Jeepers! Goodness!
And here we go, the second nightmare of the game, Swain's nightmare, also known as the Void of Restraint. And just like the previous one, this thing is going to be a bother, because he will destroy us if we're not careful, so we want to always play against his weaknesses, and we were able to hit it with that. I believe Grudge is something that we don't need to really worry about. He is going to curse us, and curse slows you down for the most part, but isn't actually that bad of a thing, unless you're like wear all these black little pieces of orbs, because if you run into a group of orbs, you can actually take some heavy damage. And thankfully we were able to dodge that bad dream, since that is actually something you don't want to get hit by, since he gets a free hit on you. Although technically he does do that, it's actually not the worst case scenario. It's still, you're in a good standing if you do get hit by it, because he does wake you up immediately afterwards, which is always good if you get attacked by him. So you don't have to worry too much, but it is something you should worry about, just in case. Okay, he is attacking Esther, I think, so we're perfectly fine to do as much as we want here. Just pulse him as much as we can, try and kite him as much as we can, and hopefully Esther doesn't get comboed enough to be completely knocked out. And thankfully we got him to follow us now, so now we don't have to worry about Esther too much. Okay, do as much damage as we can. Wait till Esther is nice and healed, and now we can go back in for a couple attacks. Okay, go back in, smack him a couple times, do as much damage as we possibly can, turn into Ivern here and see if we can dodge. I was trying to dodge, but I forgot how fast that charge bar can go sometimes. Thankfully, Esther isn't messed up here, so we can actually turn into her and use her to force her to attack there. Okay, turn into Oliver, and then use Oliver to attack. I just wanted to make sure that she was actually doing something, because it's better to make sure that she's not attacking with her harp, because for some reason she really likes to do that sometimes, and it can actually get her killed if she does something like that, since it is actually really bad for her to do that, since she only does like 1 damage half the time whenever she tries to do stuff like that. And down goes Swain's nightmare just like that. down goes the Void of Restraint, and a pretty easy boss fight, because we're actually ready for it, unlike a lot of the other ones that we weren't ready for, because I didn't do as much training in certain episodes, so we had to actually kind of play more defensively than we really needed to when it came to certain spots. So thankfully we're actually able to pretty much destroy him pretty easily, in fact, honestly, since I knew how these little guys work sometimes. But with that, let's continue.
Ow, hang on. Where am I? You got taken over by a nightmare, man. Think it might have made you gone and a bit of a funny turn, like.
Can we have our picture back now?
Shut up. All of you, get away from me. If you come one step closer, I'll tear your precious picture into tiny pieces.
Jeepers. What should we do, Mr. Drippy? I think he's still heartbroken.
What's he missing, though, I wonder? I get it. Same as the Khalifa, ain't it? He's got no restraint, so he can't help himself. He just runs around pinching things willy-nilly.
So we need to go find some more restraint, do we?
But where do we look? Abul already shared his with us. I don't know why I said snared.
This is where your locket comes in handy, ain't it, Ollie boy? Castaway Cove ain't too big. We'll find some restraint in no time.
Let's start by looking then, shall we?
I don't care what you do. Just do it somewhere far away from me. Go on, get lost.
Okay, we'll be seeing you later, Swain. And like I said before, when I was bringing up to that we do know someone with restraint, and this was the reason why I brought it up, because we're heading over to the cat's cradle. And if you didn't know, remember, he actually we actually figured out that he had a lot of restraint earlier because of how Drippy was talking about that. And we'll actually be seeing the governor in here, and he's actually who we're going to be getting our restraint from, thankfully. So, let's go ask Governor if we can actually have some of it. So it's the Governor, huh? Yes, it is.
He's the one with a restraint to spare, is it? Of course he is, man. Makes sense, ain't it? Think how patient he had to be to get them all to come round to bathing suit idea. Is something troubling you, friends?
Yep, there is, actually.
Oh, I see. That you are not wearing your bathing suits. Did you tire of them so soon?
No, sir, it's nothing like that. We were just, about to board a ship and leave town, that's all.
A ship, you say? You all dressed for travel, I see.
But our letter of passage was stolen, and now we need to ask you a favor, Mr. Governor, sir.
I am sorry to hear of your misfortune. What do you require of me? If it is within my power, I will do it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Governor, sir. We need you to help us with save somebody.
Coming to the aid of one in need. A very worthy goal.
But to help him, we need your strength, sir.
My strength?
Yes, sir. We need to give him back a piece of heart that's missing.
No, one of the heartbroken in all town. This cannot be. Know what they are, do you? Tidy, then we'll make this quick. As you can see, this young man here is a wizard who can mend the broken-hearted, no less. By the beards of the mighty.
And the person we want to help has lost his powers of restraint. You have such an incredible patience and forbearance, Governor. Would you mind sharing some of it to help it mend someone's hearts?
This is unexpected, but of course. Tell me what I must do, and I will do it.
Neato, thank you so much, Mr. Governor.
Tidy on the show, on with the show, Ollie boy.
And with that, let's take ourselves the missing piece of restraint that we actually need in order to help our buddy Swain progress with his little story here and officially become part of our team, which is definitely going to be something nice, because once we have a full team of 3, that's when we actually get to have all the familiars we want, because we'll have 9 familiar slots and 3 whole characters to pick from. Whenever we want, we can change into anybody we want, and they all have their own abilities and things that they can do, and it's always nice to have. But let's continue.
What is this curious sensation? My heart, it feels so much lighter. Does this mean I have successfully shared a piece of it with you?
It sure does.
Nice work, Ollie boy. Now let's go and help out that broken-hearted fellow by the dock, shall we?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Governor.
I hope to see you here in Castaway Cove again soon. Young man, wearing your bathing suit, of course.
Okay, well, I'll see you later, buddy. I still think it's weird. Even if the whole reason for it is a noble one, I still think it's weird. And I'll always say that, because it really is. But let's continue, because now we just need to make our way to Swain, and we'll be able to finally help him out. And this will be where we finally get him as a playable character. Oh, damn it all. I thought I told you to leave me alone.
Flipping heck, man. He's really starting to get on my wick. He is. Salt him out, will you, Ollie boy?
And with that, we just give him a little piece of heart that he's missing, which is a little bit of restraint, and I'll be right back since this is a cutscene. Because in 3, 2, 1, we should be seeing him in a better light. Oh no, not yet. It's very close though.
What did you just do to me?
Now we have it. BRB.
Hey, give that back.
What's the matter? It's just a portrait of some pretty boy. No need to get your knickers in a twist.
It's important. It must be. Why would you steal it if it wasn't?
Let's just say I can't have it doing the rounds. Tell you what, I'll buy it off you. That's fair, right?
No, it's not for sale. We need it.
Oh yeah? Need it for what? Go on, this should be good.
If I tell you, will you give it back?
I might.
It's a picture of one of the great sages. We need to find him. He's gonna help us defeat Shadar.
You what? What did you just say?
We're going to defeat Shadar, all of us, together.
And we reckon this great sage might have some proper powerful magic, innit? Ollie boy here's gonna need it.
Okay, we told you why we need it. Now give it back.
You lot think you can take down Shadar? And you want to drag Pretty Boy here into it too?
We sure do. And he'll help us. I just know he will.
You must be even more gullible than you look. That or you're just plain stupid. You realise nobody stands up to Shadar and survives, don't you? Nobody.
Huh?
Nothing. Anyway, you don't stand a chance.
I think we do.
Eh?
Oliver made my father, Rashad, believe again. And he saved me too.
Rashad? What, the great sage? Rashad?
The very same, and he's itching to take Shadar down now.
You're joking. If Rashad is...
We're not joking.
Fine. I give up. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you lot have got me half convinced. All right, I'll take you. I'll show you where to find him.
Hey?
What? You know him?
Yeah, a bit.
Neato. Thanks so much.
I'm Swain. Good to meet you, kiddo.
I'm not a kid. I'm Oliver.
All right. Keep your hair on. Good to meet you, Oliver.
I'm Esther.
Drippy, Lord High Lord of the Fairies.
So, I guess we should set sail, huh?
This is so exciting, Oliver.
And with that, we officially have one of my very favorite characters from the series altogether, Swain. The guy that has the little shaggy beard, one of the most like meme-worthy characters in the series by a long shot. Honestly, one of my favorite personalities in the game, because as you can see, he's very different as a hero, I guess you could say, because he's technically not a hero, he's a thief, but he does try his best to be a good person, as you'll definitely see throughout the story. But with that, let's actually continue. Oh, while we're doing the introductions, out you come, boy. And there's his little friend. Meet my familiar. What? You have a familiar? You didn't steal it, did you? No, I did not. Thank you very much. He's my familiar, fair and square. And he packs a punch and a half, I can tell you. Swain and his familiar have joined your party, and we are officially a team of 3, which means we're a full full team, because you can only have 3 people out in a time, although you do get 4 playable characters. You will have to swap out a playable character later if you want to use all of them. So once we do get 4 playable characters, we'll be swapping them around every episode, but you always have to use Oliver. Oliver is a force character, if I remember correctly, so we will always be using Oliver, but we will be using all the characters, and I will make sure that we get a little bit of screen time for every single one when we get the chance. But let's continue.
There's something I don't quite trust about the Swain character. He's hiding something.
But it sure will be neat to have another friend in our journey, especially one with a familiar. Hey, I'm not just some idiot with a familiar, you know. How about I show you what else I can do? Since you don't seem to think I'm up to much. Yeah, you can definitely show us your neat little trick. Just what we need. That chest will do perfectly. Oliver, move around so you're closer to that chest over there, will you? Give me a shout when you've got a good clear view of it. I'm going to show you something that'll knock your socks off. Yeah, we could definitely do that. So, Swain has the ability to actually get these chests. They're special chests that are directly out of your range, and only Swain has the ability to get to these. So he's actually useful for certain things. So let's go see if he'll let us get this. Prepare to be impressed, boys and girls.
Here goes.
Here goes indeed. Now listen here. You see how far away that I am from that chest? Pretty far, right? And you wouldn't think I'd have a hope of reaching it, would you? Well, that's where my pickpocket pistol comes in. I just use the R-stick to lock onto the target, and then press A to fire. Simple, eh? Of course, the nice thing about treasure chests is that they never run away. There's what's known as a trade of easy marks. Right then, here goes nothing. And ready indeed, and shoot that chest right in the middle, and there you go, you've obtained a Fling Flame gem. And that actually is something you can feed your familiars. If they can learn the ability, you can actually give them a new ability, which is that Fling Flame ability that we have on a couple of ours. But we don't have anyone else that can actually learn it, so I'm just gonna let you guys know about it, just to kind of gloss over it a little bit. Neato. Not bad, eh? I don't get my hands dirty walking up and fiddling around with locks up close. The real professionals just take aim from a comfortable distance and pocket the plunder with a pull of a trigger.
Professional what exactly?
Oh, shut it with the goody stuff, would you? He'll be properly useful to have on one side, this one. Friends, we'll soon set sail all aboard.
Aye, Captain. Come on, everybody, let's go.
Alright.
You lot don't hang about, do you? Fair enough, let's get moving.
Tidy time to see the sea at last.
And with that, we have one more dialogue to go through, which is this one right here.
Hang on a minute, Mun. You're hopping up on the board right now. I mean, are you sure you're ready? Going to sea is not something to be taken lightly, you know. Just ask my Uncle Dai.
What do you mean?
Well, it's blinking dangerous, ain't it? You better make sure that you're in tip-top condition and fully stocked up before we set sail for Insomnia.
Gee, I guess you're right. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we have one more thing we have to do. But in order to do that, I actually have to swap back to the file we'll be using for the actual for the next episode. So, with that, we actually have to go to the file that has been waiting here for more than a day, because I had to redo all these episodes again. But let's go back to my level 23 file here, because we did a little bit of training, and we have a little bit of new familiars. So for the people that, for story-wise, I'm going to do this now, just so they see it. So this is the reason why we're doing it. So we can actually feed this one, so we don't need to do that one. But we do want to actually evolve some of our familiars, so we have them for the next episode. So let's do this. So Hollow is our first one, so from a Flutterbee to a Forest Flutterbee, we'll be turning Hollow into the next form of its metamorphoses, which makes it a lot stronger, so now it's going to have a lot more magical attack, and be able to learn some new magical attacks as well, and have a whole new slot to use as well, since it was stuck to only one for the time being. So there we go, Hollow metamorphosized into a Forest Flutterbee. The number of different tricks Hollow can now perform in battle has increased by 1. Okay, we're done with you. Okay, so we now need to do, I believe it's Guppy. So Guppy, we need to throw a Sun Drop onto in order to turn him into his next form, from a Boggly Boo to a bigger Boggle. And as you can see, we can learn 3 new tricks, Plasma Ball, Hot Huff, and Crosswind, but it will take 25 levels to get all of them. So, off into the bigger Boggle, Guppy goes, and there we go. Now we have ourselves another new familiar to use. And now we have another slot for tricks, and there we go, perfect. Okay, now we have, I think there's only one more, let me make sure. Yep, only one more. So, Balabar, our little bonehead here, just gotta use one of our moon drops and turn him into a Bone Ranger. And as you can see, we can learn Blunt, Evil Embrace, and Petrify and Poke, which will definitely be nice to have for the near future. And with that, we have 3 new familiars, and they're all been reset to level 1. The reason why I wanted to do this is because we can easily grab some levels for them in the next episode while we're doing all our side quest missions. So, with that, we're all done with that. Valbar has metamorphosized into a Bone Ranger, and we are all done there. So, with that, thank you all for watching today's episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And in the next episode, like I said, will be a side quest only episode. So, if we end early, that's the reason why, because the whole point of the episode is only to do side quests for Castaway Cove. And we're also going to do the one that we missed in Alma Moon, since the bounty hunt mission really wasn't ready for us, because it was too strong for us to deal with, since it was a 3-on-2 battle, and now we can actually do 3-on-3 battles, which is nice. So, with that, thank you all for watching, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you all in Castaway Cove's final few missions before we go into the next chapter of the game, which is the Open Sea. So, thank you all for watching, see you all in the next one. If you're only watching the story stuff, I recommend skipping the next episode, but if you do want to see the side quest stuff, I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. So, for those in the story side, I'll be seeing you in the following episode, episode 14, I believe, because this one's 12. And for those that want to see the side quest stuff, I'll be seeing you all in the next episode, episode 13. So, thank you all for watching, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.